Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Is this market back right now? Is this market fucking back right now? Bitcoin busting through all kinds of resistances in the last 24 hours. We even saw some shish kebab action as well. So out in through the Angus, out through the fucking mouth hole. And Bitcoin up, what? Another 10%, 15%? No, just 5%. But that's not important. The important things are this market's fucking back, baby. Kind of. Maybe it's even right at resistance right now. Maybe Ripple Me Nipples just saved this whole damn market. Maybe all the Ripplers are just they're all just busting on themselves right now as well. Anyways, plenty of time to be having some fun in this market right now. Air Krown live, that's right. It's Air Krown, like fucking Air. What was the dog? What was the stupid dog's name? Air Bud. Yeah, I'm fucking Air Bud, brah. It's like those stupid idiots who say, I'm Z's, brah. I'm Air Bud, brah. Oh god, so fucking silly, man, so fucking silly. By the way, if you're new here, you're joining in, you're in for a silly goose time. This isn't a fucking serious day. It's a Friday, and I barely had any sleep last night. Why is that? Well, it was a big Thursday is the reason why, but there is plenty to discuss, plenty of setups to discuss. We'll get into that soon enough and record it, and so it'll be available later on for a more dialed in, just analysis only video. People like that. You like the shish kebabs. That's right. In through the Angus, out through the mouth hole. That's how we do the shish kebabs as the bears get fucking absolutely massacred in the last 24 hours. Not necessarily on Bitcoin. I mean, there hasn't been a humongous move just yet, but on altcoins certainly there's been tremendous moves across the board. It looks like, especially on the Ethereum or the ones that are ERC20 tokens. As I expect that yesterday's kind of ruling with Ripple does put a lot of the concerns to rest. Let's say. Now, of course. I'm no lawyer. I'm just a stupid idiot on the internet. And so I know nothing about that. I know nothing about, what that means for the long term. Like, is there going to be any sort of appeal? Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's a good day. It's a good day today. So we'll just celebrate for right now. And that's all good in the hood, man. Anyways, bass to mouth, baby. That's right. Bass to fucking mouth. Oh, God, man. God, good times, man. Good times. I see a lot of people in here right now. 742 people in the old house. 218 likes in the video. We're doing well. We're downtrending, but it's okay, man. It's okay. You can't expect too much. It's still kind of the dark days of this cryptocurrency landscape, and that is what it is. That is what it is. The fruit farmer can stop to farm fruits. Yes! Fuck yeah! We're all rich again! That's right! I'm going into work tomorrow and I'm telling my boss, watch it, buddy! How dare you tell me what to do? Ice cream, yum, yeah. Holy shit. I know exactly what you're referring to. Hold on. Do I have Twitter open right now? I don't have Twitter open right now, but I saw that video this morning. Wait, no. I do. Hold on. This needs to be seen. This can't not be seen right now. Hold on. One moment. Good morning, Tom Struct. We'll get to that later on after the old analysis. What the fuck is this? What is this? This is what our world's come to. Girls dressing up in elf costumes. Probably just an AI, actually. My video is going to be boof-rained right now. Who knows why? Well, apparently I can't run videos while I'm also streaming videos. It's so fucking stupid. I just imagine there's like a bunch of dudes who are just, cock in hand right now, typing with the other hand, and they're like, man, I'm close. You know what? I'm gonna make a donation for a hot dog, and that's gonna do it for me. Fuck yeah. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is it. Rough, yum. God damn, we're so stupid. Dude, WTF, says Fib Minachi. Exactly. That is the exact correct response. You should be having to such videos. What's up, Nikki Page? Good to see you. Good morning. I see a lot of familiar faces in here right now. Air Krown's ice cream yum cave. That's right. I've got that yummy. The old, what is it? Is that the Justin Bieber song? Girl, I got that yummy. Like, who the fuck thinks of these things? Hopefully me. Oh, so silly, man. So silly. VR Emirate. I'm looking to go back to the Emirate soon enough, a couple months, and we'll be back in Dubai. Actually, is the idea here as it gets a little bit colder in Finland. But right now, it's actually perfect. It's actually really, really perfect outside. Bukkake Cave. That's right. We had a Bukkake Cave, and it's been a good time. Anyways, in a more sincere tone, I did make a tweet this morning. Just kind of counting up the narratives for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, generally speaking, is kind of like a narrative slash momentum asset, and as of yesterday, it has a lot of narratives once again going for it. You got Bitcoin halving in less than a year. You got the Fed tightening cycle, which, it seems to be that it's on the tail end of that. Maybe there might be another tighten, one more, two more rate hikes, barring any sort of like global catastrophe. But, probably done within less than a year as well. You got Ripple winning the SEC case, so that's going to kind of release jubilee across the market. You got NASDAQ techs ripping higher, new highs for the year. Bitcoin ETFs, you got the biggest fucking asset managers getting into this. You got BlackRock, Vanguard I don't think is into it, but Fidelity is, and everyone else and their mother, it seems like. Banks in trouble, so you got that narrative going as well. I don't necessarily know how true it is anymore. Inflation 1% away from Fed target. Bunch of question marks. Let's see what the comment section says over here. One daily green dildo with volume and your engagement triples. Kind of. Good. I like it, man. I like it indeed. We could use more engagement over here. It's been dying, man. It's been absolutely dying. But I won't fucking die just yet, at least. I must be the only idiot still making videos in this market for the last every day of, the last 5 years, actually. Over 5 years, going on 6 years as of next year. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is approaching a decision point. I've heard that many times. I don't know. BRICS currency speculations. I heard that India actually pulled out of that, but maybe something happens on that. Oh, we got the fucking supply narrative again. Supply. What do they call it? What do they call it? The supply cruncher. I just saw that stupid fucking chart every goddamn day for like a year, 2 years. We're like, the supply is going away. What was it? The liquidity crisis? Something like that. That didn't work out too well, didn't it? Funnily enough, liquidity works both ways. If you have low liquidity, it just means that volatility goes up. Volatility is direction neutral. It can go up or fucking down. Oh, and then also I recently heard that Bitcoin is actually good for the environment now. At least I saw that in some publications in the last week or two. Heard her bear market 12,000. It would be rather poetic if Bitcoin still did make it down to 12,000 after all said and done. We got the pulse chainers over here. I'm just gonna avoid for right now. I don't want to summon the army. I'm just a young man and I'm still fresh. I don't need to be penetrated by 50 angry hex people because I mentioned the word hex without praising their Lord and Savior Richard Hart. 8. Poo-poo PP. That's right. Poo-poo PP also going to be a positive narrative as well for Bitcoin. Sounds like a crash coming. Heard that for the last almost year. And yes, at some point, Bitcoin going to be having a pretty nasty pullback, I do believe. I do believe that there's still, probably like a 25 to maybe even 40% pullback later this year. But does Bitcoin trade higher first? Dixie and freefall? Yeah, I mean, it is in free fall. I guess I did miss out as a narrative, but yeah, fair enough. Yep. We can add that one to the list as well. Someone snorting some green dildos over here. 8. Moon boobs. I could use some moon boobs in my life. Fed already QEing under the table. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I'll go back to this pane over here. I'll read a few more and then I need to get my notes up because I am nearly ready to get into video mode. I need to prepare myself because unfortunately it's been so long, or it's not that it's been so long, it's just it's been so long since I've had a good night's sleep. So I'm abusing the caffeine right now. I'm abusing the caffeine for the cave community. No, I'm doing it for myself because realistically I really do need it. Is Carter Thomas still bullish on Pepe Crash? Is he around? What was his thing? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Coin Mastery. No, that's What's up, guys? Welcome back to Data. I forgot all of these ones. I forgot all of them. I don't watch them anymore. Coffee is nice. Krown, you and Elliot are a solid combo. Yeah, man, Elliot's a good friend. I absolutely love the guy. It's unfortunate that we don't live closer to each other because he's just a great friend. Oh, Mr. African Crypto Warlord, good morning to you as well, brother. Yeah, Coin Mastery. If you remember Coin Mastery, I think you're considered an OG at this point. I mean, that was back in 2017. I remember him just pulling out a fucking fib on every little thing. He's like, I'm not a technical analyst, but the fibs seem to be working. It's like, all right, great. He wasn't bad. He wasn't that bad, to be fair. But yeah. Anyways. We are great friends indeed, says Elliot Palciano. Yes, indeed, my man. Yes, indeed. Data Dash. Is he still around? Is he still rocking and rolling? I don't know. Oh, he is. Okay, I guess I don't know anything about that. I don't really want to spend too much time talking about that because he's just a young man. He's just a young man trying to make it, more power to him. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, though. Bear Nutrition, good morning, my man. Good morning. The best nutritionist in the whole damn lands. This guy actually changed my life, to be quite frank with you. Does TA go out the window on days like today? No, I actually think that TA, or technical analysis, quantitative analysis is really what we do on this channel at this point. Has actually been giving us the probabilities for this sort of price action to occur. But timing. Yeah, I was kind of thinking next week. I guess we got it last night / today. Fair enough. It is what it is. Good morning, Mr. Nimbo as well. Good morning, Lou Franio. Are you the Lou Franio? TA helped a lot today, says Mechanic. Lots of things that pumped right at the 618 to 786. Yeah, you'll see that happen all the time. No, I think the days when TA goes out the window is when you're looking at like economic events, like the CPI coming out, those sort of things, FOMC minutes, those sort of, or not minutes, but the meetings themselves, those things is where TA kind of goes out the window. Yeah, the higher term time frame stuff can still work okay, but on the lower term timeframes, it just happens so fucking fast that unless if you're at the speed of a bot, which is like six decimal points to the right of zero, it's just gonna be too damn difficult, man. Works too damn fast, or moves too damn fast to kind of react off of it. Bull market on or still chop? I mean, to be quite honest with you, it really depends how you define a bull market, right? For me, I think most people, when they say bull market, they're talking about like a 2020 / 2021 esque type run, and realistically, we're not gonna. I don't think that we're gonna see something like that from here. Ultimately, Bitcoin is still basically kind of at the midpoint of the macro range, if you will. About 60,000 high, you got 20,000 low, or 15,000 low. Yeah, I guess it's even a little bit lower than that, to be fair. Although I do think that we're going to see a bit of a return to that mean, and maybe even above as well. Perhaps Fiboswani's target is still on. Hopefully we can get it back on soon. In fact, I'm sure that we will. I think he's just waiting for something new to happen, something new to update on, because his long-term analysis very rarely changes because, well, it's a long-term, obviously. One of the best in the game, man. Oh, Philocone, he's still around as well. Oh God, I remember he had that dog, Luna. I remember when fucking Philocone, when he like lost his marbles one night and he like was ordering hits, it seemed like a hitman on his girlfriend, who he had all previously paraded around on crypto Twitter about how much he loves, or how much. It was weird, man. It was weird. It was fucking weird. What's up, Ian Terry? Good morning to you. Another OG of this cave. Man, Ian Terry goes all the way back to 2018 when this channel began, in March, actually, of 2018. We are all here just like the old days. It feels like that right now. 1,100 people watching, 389 likes on the video. I think we're doing okay. I think we are doing okay. Austin, Texas. What time is it over there right now? I'm actually curious. What are you working with? I miss Lord McAfee. Yeah, I miss him as well, man. He was good. Rishab, good morning to you as well. It's been too long, my man. It's been too long indeed. Mechanics is Crypto Sims episode time. Call up Zeno for cheesy thumbnails. Has he had cheesy? I think his thumbnails have actually been, at least from what I've seen, have been really, like, they've been pretty reasonable, pretty dialed down, but then again, it's up to your opinion, of course. 11 p.m. in Cali, so that means it is 1 a.m. in Texas. A lot of Americans, man. Frank Ignos, good morning, man. Good morning. I recognize that name. Fuck yeah. I feel like we're just talking right now, but I want to talk, man. It's been a while. It's been too damn long. Like I said, we'll continue to do these live streams probably every Friday. I want to be consistent with at least once a week. That's what I believe I can be accountable towards. Maybe we dial it up if this market really starts to get going. But I have been focusing a lot of my free time actually on learning boxing recently. I really want to get into that crypto fight night event in November, hopefully in Dubai. So hopefully it goes down, because that'd be pretty fucking sweet. Are we buying yet? Who's we? I mean, if I'm being serious, been buying, I guess, all throughout like the last year, was kind of my major regions for like long term. Anyways, all good, man, all good. I'm gonna take a few more sips of this, then we'll get into the to the analysis. Your thumbnails are lit, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We actually have we actually have a couple of guys doing it. We got a new guy recently, but as always, you know, I still have Faraz, but he's busy with his own stuff. Faraz is the one who made like the super fucking just insane ones that were amazing, because he's just something special. But the guy that we got right now, he's doing a damn good job. He's making sure that they are crisp, that they're clear, and that they're you know, relatable to every video, which I'm really, really happy with. Please bring back the weekly live streams. Yeah, like I said, weekly live streams, yes. Daily live streams, I don't think I have time for as of right now, unless if this market really just starts fucking going crazy. Mr. Ciano, morning, Dad. Good morning, son. Oh, motherfucker, man. Getting emails over here. Yeah, just a little bit of a drink, a little bit of a sippy sip. I've gotten a new water canister holder. It's absolutely humongous in this case. Like, look at this thing. But it's got the smallest little nipple to drink out of. It's actually really frustrating sometimes. I just want some of that milk. By milk, I mean water. Because I am lactose intolerant, and that is going to create a massive mess all over our place right now. All over our place. Hurt my gird. All right, and take him to zero. We're going to zero. We're going back to zero. I've had enough of this upside. Bitcoin's been up straight up basically for the last 7 months. Might even count that 8 months. But let me just make sure that I have all my charts ready over here. Let me make sure that I have my notes ready over here. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good there. So we'll start recording. Welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. This is a live stream as of right now. However, this video is being recorded and it will be uploaded a little bit later. I don't want to say that. Why would I say that on a fucking video? Jesus Christ, man. Stupid. Just absolutely stupid. What's up, Gabor? Good morning, Gabor. Welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. It is a lovely Friday morning over here. Ripple has won some sort of an SEC case, and you know what that means? I don't know what it means, but it means the rest of the market apparently going vertical and beyond, especially the ERC20 token seem to have a pretty damn good day across the board. But for Bitcoin specifically, what does this essentially mean? What are the setups that we've been looking at suggesting as far as, you know, some sort of areas of interest to the upside? Well, that is the focus of today, and I expect that we can just get right on into it, starting off right in over here with the 12-hour time frame. This was a setup that we called out, I believe, earlier this week. Was born on Sunday. This is a jewel light setup, very, very simplistic one in this case. 12-hour jewel light getting down below 40 and turning white on that first tick, while simultaneously seeing PMARP below 50 percentile, has essentially marked off this setup. And over the past 35 iterations, which brings us back all the way to 2019, so 4 years of tested data, there has been about a 62% strike rate for, in this case, you know, some pretty severe upside moves, I'd say. If we go into the performance summary right here, we can see that the average winning trade, yes, indeed, we are live, by the way, for the people who are asking. This video will be posted a little bit later, but for the average winning trade, it did print nearly 16%. So I always want to say that there is variance within these results. Obviously, 16% is a tremendously massive move. By contrast, the average losing trade was 13%, but, you know, given that it does have, well, a higher, higher winning trade than losing trade, and also has a greater than 50% probability, you know, that does favor the upside, obviously. And in this case, well, let's just see what 15% from that proverbial entry at about 30,150 would have suggested. And I will just draw it up from here. And 15% would put Bitcoin, 15.5 to 16% would put Bitcoin at about $35,000, which is a major area of interest, obviously, simply because that is where one of the last major CME gaps is coming in from last year. Last year, May breakdown coming in from over here. So I do like that area. I imagine it probably does match up with the fib as well. So let's just briefly throw one on and see what pops up. And what do you know, the 382 coming in around that region. Do keep in mind that CME has a premium over spot price action, so somewhere around there would be completely fine. And then, well, we can see the other major areas of interest going onwards and forwards from there. That particular setup, however, I do want to go back into it. What chart was this on? Was it right here? Yeah, it was right here. That particular setup if we do look at the average amount of time for the winning trades, how long it took, it was 40 bars. 40 bars on a 12-hour time frame, which would be 20 days, again, on average. So going to be some variance there, but 20 days, starting from, again, that setup given, which was on the 9th of this month of July. Well, where would that put where would that put us as far as timing goes? Basically the end of the month. So it would suggest that Bitcoin likely does try higher over the course of the rest of this month. We do have a few other things kind of corroborating this story. I'll just briefly mention one because it's one of the major ones that we've been following up on. It's been taking a lot of time, but that's how these setups typically do work. And if we look at the 5-day volatility versus stochastic momentum setup over here, still very much live. Again, this setup is marked by volatility coming down to extreme lows, which we define as anything below 15 percentile or more, and then expanding from those extreme lows has led to an average move of about a little over 40% over the course of a little over a month. Standard deviation of about 10, I do believe, and that gives us an area of interest on the first standard deviation between about 35% all the way up to almost 50%. And looking at it right now, the 5-day stochastic oscillator, the direction of that, I should probably have explained this earlier, but the direction of the 5-day stochastic oscillator has had a high correlation with the direction of the volatility expansion. Now, we obviously have already seen that, kind of occur. That was coming off of this low. I'll mark off right here, obviously. And of course, that was correlated with this low right here at about $25,000. So from that to where Bitcoin is at right now, that's been 28% move actually. Now this one will be closing tonight for this current 5-day bar, and that'll mark off day number 25. So again, on average, we've seen somewhere around like 35, I think it was, 37 days. So again, if we go out 35 to 40 days, that would put, where would that put us as far as timing goes? Basically late July. And if we do see kind of the average of these moves hit at about 42%, where that put Bitcoin $36,000 or just under $36,000. If it goes for the upper end of the first standard deviation, I guess take that up another few $1,000 to $38,000. So those would be kind of the areas of interest along the way up, maybe over the next few weeks here, as the market again does seem to catch a nice bid based off of yesterday's news, the old news. I even have the stats worked out over here, but you've seen this a million times, and so you probably don't need to see it for a millionth and first time. What would essentially denote failure on this? At this point, it would denote failure if we do see the 12-hour setup fail over here, which would be Bitcoin back down below about 29,400 or 29,500, I think would probably do it for me. Speaking of, we can go ahead and reference HPDR ranges. In this case, we do see that the 4-hour HPDR range high was taken out with yesterday's move, which was 31,100 or so. So that means I probably am looking for this one to continue up somewhere around the top side of the next range high. So somewhere around there would be fine, which is about mid 32s or so. Can there be pullbacks in between? Yeah, I think we're kind of seeing that right now. It's completely fine. Looks like my LARP lines are going to be not timed well. Should be something like this, but fair enough. That's why they're LARP lines, and well, they don't. It's not like real analysis, obviously. But in this case, we can go ahead and reference stochastic momentum and see where those pivots are. And by the way, daily stochastic momentum has obviously twisted back onto the upside, rejecting the bearish control zone right here, I should say as well. Oops, this trend line needs to be taken away. Boom, get out of my face, not relevant for this time frame. But we'll be remaining with upside momentum as long as Bitcoin's above 30,500. So right now, almost $1,000 above that current pivot. Would also reclaim that moving average on it as well. So that plus breakout, momentum plus breakout, probably continuation. 12-hour time frame is going to be showing upside momentum as long as Bitcoin's above 30,800 or 850. 6-hour time frame is going to be showing upside as well above 30,850 as well. 4-hour time frame is going to be showing upside above 30,850. You see that number come up many a time now, and hourly is actually going to be pointed down below 31.6. So short term, probably a bit of a correction, but 30,800 or 30,850 is going to be kind of the major area to be aware of. If this does turn into some sort of a trap, that would be a major warning flag below 30,850 on a closing basis for any one of those medium-term timeframes would be kind of concerning right there. But until then, I guess upside is the name of the game. The weekly time frame, which is closing today for CME, will continue with upside momentum, assuming that Bitcoin does close today above 29,350. So looking, so far so good above there as well as Bitcoin trades more than a couple $1,000 above that on CME in this case. So. Yeah, and if you're in the mood for a more simplistic analysis, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. In fact, I think it's some of the best analysis. You have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low, you have a higher high, you have a higher low again. Is it going to be working on another higher high right here? Perhaps yes. I do understand that there's going to be certainly people who call out that this is perhaps a long-term resistance coming at around 32,500. So I would express a little bit of concern over there. You know, if there is going to be some sort of a trap move, maybe you do see a rejection around that region. But based off of the prior setups, I do think that just statistically speaking, it's more likely to move upwards and onwards. We can also go look at the dollar Dixie. We've been looking at this one for quite some time now, and yesterday, this past week, the past week before that, we're saying, hey, this one very likely moves to the downside. Now breaking below $100. So also kind of play into that narrative for Bitcoin. It is a descending triangle right there. So there is a measure move to be made somewhere down, around 97 and a quarter to maybe 98 and a quarter. So I'm probably looking for this one to come down towards. Of course, today's weekly does close for Dixie. And if it closes anywhere below about 101, continuation over the next couple of weeks towards that, towards that area of interest, very likely does occur. I should also point out that there is extreme lows on volatility, or there was extreme lows on volatility, now expanding. So I do believe that this breakdown is, very likely does get follow through. Obviously, that was in coordination with the hidden bearish evidence here on weekly RSI, and weekly Jewel also pointed down alongside DMI support. So, ultimately, sideways and down towards those next major areas of interest, probably the name of the game. But do be aware that the monthly 55 kind of coming in around that 98 level or so. So, probably bounces somewhere between there and about 97 and a quarter. Don't know how far down it gets, but I would be looking for, at least for an attempt for a bounce somewhere right around there. Now, I'll end on this. I'll end on just a tweet, kind of a flippant tweet that I made this morning. But I do think that, there is something made of this, because Bitcoin is, generally speaking, kind of like a narrative, a momentum asset. And feel free to add your own narratives. But just kind of off the top of my head, after a very lackluster night of sleep, and what's up, Daniel Garcia? We'll get to some shitcoins a little bit later. But in the next year, Bitcoin's going to be having in less than a year, actually. The Fed tightening cycle probably going to be over in less than a year as well. Maybe there's another rate hike or two, maybe. But Fed is already pretty damn close to their inflation target of 2%. I mean, it came in the other day at 3%, CPI. So not bad. I mean, they're very much within striking distance at this point, and for all the hate that they got, it seems like they did it. They blew up a few banks along the way, but who gives a fuck about them? It's cryptocurrency, man. Ripple won the SEC case yesterday, so that kind of provides a lot of regulatory clarity, it seems like. And assuages a lot of fears, especially for altcoins. You got NASDAQ essentially closed on new highs for this year. Phenomenal rally there. We didn't look at the chart today, but we looked at it yesterday, and it's like probably at least one more move to the upside. Bitcoin ETFs, you got some of the biggest asset managers. You got BlackRock, you got Fidelity, you got pretty much everyone else, Wisdom Tree and shit like that, getting into the game as well. Even NASDAQ, I think, filed for listing. You got inflation 1% away from Fed target. You got Dixie, you got the dollar, crashing, not necessarily crashing, but I would say that it is, destined for lower. And then you got Mashinsky. I can't fucking say it. Mashinsky behind bars, and 9 profit. There we go. Beautiful. And I've actually been a lot more active on Twitter as of recent. So if you're interested in some flippant shit posting, and also maybe a few charts here and there every once in a while, then, well, there's Twitter for you. And also, I should probably do the old shill as well. You can still get the Jewelite for free for the first 30 days if you follow the directions in the link in the description below. There's also a link to the Apex Decentralized Exchange, which you may not be interested in. It awards you 5% off your trading fees. Lovely. All right, that's a good place for me to be leaving off. We'll continue on with the live stream, but for the people watching the video a little bit later, goodbye, sirs and sirs. See you tomorrow. Nice one. All right, Mashitska Bobs. Mashitska Bobs. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go back to the chats here. Let's see what we got. What chart do I want to leave it on? Do I want to leave it on a 5 minute for Bitcoin? And no, let's go down to a minute. Let's make this one. Let's really satisfy those degen nerves. Live streams every Friday sounds amazing. I missed the last one, but I'm glad to have you back on the streams. Yeah, like I said, hey, what's up, Jesus? Yeah, man, secret TA time. Only the OGs know about secret TA. Holy shit, man. I actually got several requests when secret TA was live. I got several requests from people that, like, I would ban them from it because they they had like it was actually kind of sad, I guess, but they had like a prawn addiction. Oh my God, we're crashing. That's right. The 1 minute is crashing, man. It's all over. It's going back to zero. We're poor again. It's time to end the live stream, guys. I'm sorry. I can't even cover the internet costs right now. All right, let me bring up some of these comments over here. I see that there are some super chats, so we'll get through that, and then we'll just see, how long we last here. I don't have too much stamina. My voice is cracking like a data dash, but I don't have too much stamina today. But I'll do my best. We got Tom Struck says, "Welcome, ring, ring, ring." What's up, man? You're looking at Pax G versus BitDerp. Okay. No problem. Let's see what this pulls up over here. This is Pax Gold, so I think this is like a stable coin that's related to gold, maybe. All right, maybe we get off the minute chart, however. 6 hour and daily. Please for a laugh. Well, let's see what the long term looks like. Please, sir, for one measly laugh. One measly laugh. You're coming and get it, man. Come and get your fucking laugh. Looks like shit, dude. Looks bad, man. Looks bad. Gabber, good morning to you as well, man. Daniel Garcia says NVAX. Oh man, is this some sort of a conspiracy coin? NVAX, 3 month and daily. I am not seeing anything that I'm not seeing. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this ticker here, or maybe it's one of those versus. Oh, it's probably this. It's probably like a real stock. You're asking for a 3 month and a daily. Daily, kind of at multi-month resistance here, coming in from February. But I do want to see what the quarterly looks like first before dooming this one. Yeah, probably it might pull back on the daily a little bit, but ultimately I would be looking at the quarterly as likely to put in a low here and try to the upside. I wish I didn't have this on fucking log scale, and because TradingView made it so much more difficult to, yeah, there we go. Okay. But they took away the damn thing at the bottom. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Probably does try an upside move from here. You do see something like this going on. I'm sure there's probably some sort of divergences as well. Nope, there's actually, well, is there? Hold on, that's 40.23 low versus 40.26 low. Is that divergence? It's a slightly higher low. Yeah, I still think it probably tries for a bounce there. But long term, I mean, kind of an ugly chart there. Let's see, Sidam Love says, "Thank you. Living in Texas daily live streams also did a toll on me." Yeah, I understand that. We'll be moving around a lot this next year. So, hopefully those times become a little bit more nice to Americans, to my fellow Americans. I see Johnny says American Airlines, AAL. Okay, whoops, just threw my mouse somewhere. like a very mad Elden Ring player. Elden Ring. Weekly and monthly. Weekly looks like a breakout here. Looks like a major bottom as well. Kind of got that Adam and Steve bottom going on. But let me go to a monthly. Yeah, same thing. Probably tries a little bit higher towards about 20 and a half bucks, maybe a pullback there. But long term, I do think that this is a low long term. So while it probably does try for a pullback there, long term, I do think that this overall range is going to be presenting kind of the next major, potentially macro low, confirmed back above about 26 3/4. And at that point, this thing can, really move to the upside. But, for right now, I see a higher low. I like that, especially on a monthly. Momentum also is generally pointed to the north side as volatility expands. Keep it simple. Just going to take a long time, I suspect. Let's see. What else we got? Curtis Ferguson says, Ethereum's Ferguson. That's always a tricky word to say online. Ferg. You fucking Ferg. I said Ferg, okay? All right. Fucking bull Ferg. Ethereum, yeah, I don't know why I typed that one in. I already have it on my charts. Ethereum looking like it's catching a nice bid. Again, on the monthly here, hidden bullish. Everyone's come off that low. Weekly looks like it might even get a silver cross this week. In fact, any sort of a close here or higher will do it. I really like this chart, actually. Weekly Jewel pointed up. Weekly RSI hidden bullish. Everyone's on that last low. Volatility expanding. I'd be looking for this one to tag its next major high, or its prior major high at about 21. 2100, 2120. And that's kind of like your big bad level long term, right? Somewhere right around here. Above there, again, Ethereum probably goes on a pretty phenomenal run, I suspect. Mr. Ferg, Mr. Ferguson, sorry. Say that with respect, okay? It's Ferg, all right? I spell it F-E-R-G, Ferg. Fucking Ferg. Unstoppable Bro says, thanks for the live streams. Thoughts on Litecoin and its halving resistance for the price this month? Sure. Litecoin USD. All right, let's see what we have here on the old Litecoin. And it's having relevance for, I don't know anything about the halving for Litecoin. I mean, what I can tell you is its chart in the more near times looks like Ethereum actually a lot. Turd Ferguson. Litecoin just trades like a pile of fucking steaming garbage, but is this one going to likely push on through here? Yes, it's just Litecoin is just a perennial disappointment. I remember last year, right here, right fucking here at $300, I said, look, Litecoin, bad, very bad, very, 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 very bad. And I remember this guy, he wrote me an email that I'm not exaggerating here. I'm truly not exaggerating. It must have been like somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 words. And I didn't read any of it, obviously, except for like the first couple sentences. But he was very angry that I spoke about Litecoin in a non-positive way. But I'm just reading the charts, man. Anyways, does Litecoin move to the upside here? Probably yes. Hidden bullish evidence, silver cross on the weekly, low volatility, weekly jewel moving up. It's just it's weaker overall. Wouldn't be surprised, if we see the rest of the market continue for this to maybe move somewhere around like 130. If things get really crazy, maybe like 160. But that's more long term. Again, I never really trust Litecoin all that much, and Litecoin, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, or as far as I understand, is more or less a testnet for Bitcoin. I hate to say it, but again, I'm not the most fundamental person in the world, so perhaps I'm just completely misguided on that. And please let me know in some book-long email that will definitely be read about my misunderstanding. Residual says ASML on NASDAQ. NASDAQ. ASML, okay, on NASDAQ. Good, man. Really fucking good here. I see an uptrend. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Continuation. Weekly RSI back in the bullish control zone. Again, volatility coming off of some of the lowest levels it's ever seen ever, as it does break and continue on with the overall trend. Yeah, keep it simple, man. Probably moving up somewhere closer to $800, in the next few months. Yeah, I like it. Only bad really below about $700. Below $700, big fucking problems, but for right now, looking good, man. Amadeo Siana says AGIX versus USD. Okay. AGIX. All right. Let's try this one on Binance weekly. And okay, yeah. Again, actually, I mean, to be fair towards this thing, it did put in a pretty nice higher low right here. Oh, this was coming in from June. Oh, wow. Okay. Fucking weird chart, man. Really, really weird chart. Yeah, again, most things today, I'm going to say they're probably poised for higher over the next few weeks. It's just, what sort of strength, what degree of strength is that going to be looking like? Monthly coming off the 21 as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one get maybe into like the shallow 30 cents region. Daily jewel up, daily RSI up. Probably making a move towards 30 cents, maybe a little bit above, and then come back to it after that. Big problems, obviously, below about 23 cents, but really weird chart long term. It likes to pump, and then it likes to dump, and then it likes to pump, and it likes to dump again. At least it's a higher low, though, so there's a little bit of a consolation prize, I guess. John Dude says S&P 500 breaking 4,800 soon. Good morning as well. Love you too as well, sir. Yeah, let me bring up SPY futures right here. It's going to be breaking 48. Well, 4,800 is literally the all-time high. I probably wouldn't say that's my first target. I think that this one has another move higher. Yes. I mean, it's got a bullish engulfing dildo right at macro resistance coming into the end of Friday today. I mean, that's generally a good sign. I do think that next move is probably like somewhere around 46.20 to 46.30. And then kind of play it by ear after that one. These are some pretty impressive moves. Man, Now I understand, because I don't look at traditional markets all that much, but now I understand why why the bears have been so mad. They've been getting wrecked. And look, like if you're new to this channel, I don't talk like a heroic bull all the time. In fact, I'm not. In many cases, I prefer being bearish, but this was not the time to be bearish. I mean, for fuck's sake. Anyways. John Andrews says, right on the quarterly, please. Sure, man. So this is a Bitcoin miner. We spoke about this one, I believe, on Monday. We're looking for higher, and it's moving higher. Still looking at this one to likely tag somewhere around like 23, 24 bucks. Really good on the weekly here, man. Fresh breakout as of last week. Silver cross. Weekly Jewel headed up. Weekly RSI headed up. You know, this one very likely continues. Again, long term, like terrible chart long term. I mean, fucking ugly, but you know, over the next month or two, probably tries higher here, man. Yeah, probably tries higher here, and likely a good situation for Bitcoin as well, right? It's kind of the same thing as, you know, looking at gold miners. You want the gold miners to be doing well if you expect gold to be doing well. Well, same idea for Bitcoin. I can take a sippy sip of this water. I did not expect this much social interactions today, and my throat needs some lubrications. Nice one, man. I can't suck that one down, though. I need that blue bottle back. So much better. All right. C-Perk says, Cadence Design. Okay. CDNS on NASDAQ. Oh, it's a real stock. Okay. On NAS. From someone with your experience, how do you approach chart like this storming at all-time highs? From someone like my experience, someone from my experience is not going to do as well as a dumb monkey just smashing the green button on a chart like this. Look, this is a blue sky breakout. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what this thing does, but I know when I see charts like this, I shouldn't say this, honestly. I shouldn't say this, but the fucking idiot monkeys just hitting green button, they're going to make shit ton more money than I ever will on a chart like this, because I'm going to be like, oh, it's time to take profits. But it just keeps on going. This thing is moving higher. This thing is moving higher. It's, again, weekly breakout right here. In these cases, I guess you can plot fib extensions to kind of get an idea. It's not going to be perfect, but can give some areas of interest to the upside. Again, I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what this thing does, but I'm guessing the market likes it. I guess next areas of interest is going to be like 250 and 275 respectively. What I'd be more interested in talking about, however, is where would I get defensive against this, and that's below 210. That's where I think the experience kind of kicks in. It's like, hey, when do you know that this thing's actually fucking done? I'd say big warning sign below about 210. Until then, sideways and up is the name of the game, and blue sky breakouts will be blue sky breakouts. And in my experience, the best way to the best thing to kind of do is just get out of the way of it. Don't overthink it, and wait for the obvious reversal. And yeah, you're not going to sell the ultimate high, but on a chart like this, on a stock like this, I mean, you don't need to sell the ultimate high to make a shit ton of money, because I'm guessing you probably got in from lower, and sometimes it can be a little bit more simple, I suppose. Daniel Garcia says, mana decentral derp. Yeah, see, I wonder where this one's gone. Where is this one gone? Wow. Didn't seem to get any of the love on this rally. I mean, this one very likely does try higher, but it's not a good sign that this one's so much more relatively weak than many of the charts that we've seen today. Yeah, do you think that's going to try higher? Next area of interest, the upside's like 49 to 50 cents. Do I think that it'll ultimately try higher than that over time? Yeah, if things get crazier, somewhere around 70 cents would kind of make sense. But long term, kind of hard to get excited about anything on this chart, especially as long as you're below, let's say, this. God damn it. You fucking chart. Oh, I guess I already have it marked off, so that's good. But, as long as you're below about 114. Man, we haven't looked at this chart in like a year or two, and I guess it must be a year. But that area is still working. Yeah, 112. Not really much to get excited about as long as you're below there. Oh, Mr. Pizzino. Mr. Pizzino. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. You said Bitcoin would go lower. That's right. It went lower through the Angus and then out the mouth hole, and now it's higher. There you go. Tony 808 says, aloha from Hawaii. What's up, man? Can you check out VET? Oh, stock, please. Okay. I'm glad you clarified that, because that is also a cryptocurrency as well that used to be really, really popular too. Again, long term, just fucking disgustingly ugly chart. I never like things that go down like this for literally decades on end. But in the more short term, on a weekly, it's putting in a higher low right here. Yeah, does it try higher, over the next coming weeks towards like 15 and a quarter, maybe even as much as like 16 and a quarter? Probably yes. Long term, hard to love as long as you're below like 25, 26 bucks. Didn't really give me a time frame there, so I'm not really going off of much, but yeah, short term tries for a little bit more on this rally. Maybe been 17 and a half to 18 bucks. But long term, kind of hard to love as long as you're below like 25, 26. Let's see. Maddie Sarhini says, how to start understanding the charts and price movement for short term and long term for a beginner. How can someone learn, sir? I mean, if you're just looking to read the chart, probably like the 80-20 rule for a chart analysis, just learning trend, right? So learn how to define highs and lows, and from there, the trend should be pretty fucking obvious. If you have higher highs and higher lows, it's an uptrend. If you have lower lows and lower highs, it's a downtrend. What's a good secret for understanding that? Just go down to a line chart, right? Makes it so much more simple. Okay, what do we have here? Low. What do we have here? High. What do we have here? Low. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low. Where's our last high? This is a lower high, to be fair, so it is in consolidation. More long term, but yeah. Generally speaking, if you just want kind of like the 80-20 rule of chart analysis, learn trend, learn how to define highs and lows, and then analysize whether it's a higher low or higher high, and lower low or lower high. That's going to get you most of the way that you need to be. If you're just looking to like figure out what the fuck is this thing doing, is this thing good or bad? Curtis Ferguson, and then do it for like 10 years. No, I think after even like 20 hours to 100 hours, you're going to be pretty damn good. Or at least you shouldn't be an idiot. It would be unreasonable to be bad at that point. Mr. Ferguson, he's back. Sincerely, Turd Ferguson. All right, Mr. Ferg. PP. I want to have one degen play for this next cycle. I want to have one degen play where I just go absolutely crazy with one of these stupid fucking cryptocurrencies. Maybe this one's it. Imagine making frog money. Oh, the fucking Ferg frog. These frogs are all turning into Fergs, drinking the fucking water, turning these gay frogs. The craziest thing is that Alex Jones was actually right on that one. He's actually right on like more than a few things, which is really fucking scary. He's just crazy. But when you actually look at it, they turn the frogs gay. Like they actually turn the frogs gay. Isn't that crazy? And that's not like a bad thing. So YouTube shouldn't ban me. I mean, we need more gay people because the trans people are taking out all of them. And so we need more gay people to balance it out. We love our gay people. The trans people have all taken over and they're destroying the gay people one by one. It's a thing. I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but I'll let you decide. Anyways, daily here. Is this one gonna break out? Probably yes. Hidden bullish evidence on the daily, back into the bullish control zone. Daily Jewel might even get another upside signal here as well. Daily volatility expanding off some of the lowest lows this one's seen. I think it's probably gonna go up. I don't know, maybe 21,000 of the I don't know what number that is right there. It's too far to the right of the zero, but yeah, probably somewhere around here if I had to guess. These sort of things can. One thing that I've learned in cryptocurrency land is like the dumber that it is, the more potential it has. The dumber it is, the more potential it has. Take that as you will. Yay, thanks for loving the gays from San Francisco. I'm actually from San Francisco. I'm gay myself. I'm gay for TA. Side DM. How the fuck do I say your name, dude? Side DM love. AGIX singularity. I think we looked at this one earlier. I think you even asked about it earlier as well. And maybe you just didn't hear. Same thing as before. Probably next move up somewhere around 30 cents. Yeah, we did look at this one earlier. Josh King Coy says, do XRP, please. If actually we haven't done XRP, which is a travesty for a day like today when this is like XRP's time to shine. Wow. That is a massive girthy grand dildo. That is the force of 5,000 Bitcoin. That is the force of 5,000 Ripple virgins just shish kebabbing all of the bearish Anguses that have been laughing at them for the past 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, going back to 2018. You know, short term, you're kind of brushing up against a region that I would be looking for a general pullback from. In fact, it's kind of already pulling back from that region. You know, probably spend some time consolidating between, let's call it like 70 cents and like 88 cents. And then, you know, I'd probably be looking for this one to actually bust higher. Long term. It actually does have higher lows here. So not bad. Not bad for what it is. I just think it's probably spent some time going sideways in this region, and then you get that busting action and probably even sees above $1 again, maybe closer to like $1.25. But you know, that's well and far away, I'd suspect. You didn't really give me a time frame on that, so all good there. Micro strategy on the daily and weekly. I'm gonna guess that this one's doing all right. Let's see. Monthly, very, very nice. Probably continues on with the run, somewhere closer to $500 if I had to guess. But if you're on a weekly, yeah, same thing. 490 to 500 daily. Just continuation, man. Yeah, it's getting a bit extended here in the short term. So, you know, you will see your pullbacks probably into next week. But I think that pullback likely continues on with upside. So in other words, higher low. Yeah. And then I'd have like an intent interest around $500, and that's kind of where I'd be a little bit more on the defensive there. Again, another chart that just long term, it looks really fucking weird there. Daniel Garcia says, Mana USD. We already looked at one earlier. I think you even asked for that one, so all good there. Mr. Lucky says CAS USD. Okay, is this Caspa? Is Carl gonna make me rich? Is Carl gonna make me rich? It is Caspa. Holy shit. We're rich again, Carl. That's right, man. We can buy some fucking prostitutes. I'm no longer gonna be a virgin. I'm gonna be a man. This chart definitely has more history than this. It has to. Is this Caspa? No, he's Casta. Ah, fuck. Fuck, Carl. We're in trouble. Let me class damn it, Carl. It's the wrong fucking chart all along. Again, up, hidden bullish evidence, daily jewel, volatility. Just keeping it simple here, man. Probably next move up somewhere around like 3 cents, maybe a little bit north of 3 cents. Not a bad chart here. What is it Casta? Casta, okay. We're gonna be waiting a little bit longer, my friends. But one day, it's gonna happen. Bits says, love your content, Krown. Thanks, man. You and Elsa are the only things I watch whilst I have my breakfast here in the UK. Why'd you have to say that, man? The United Kingdom breakfast. I've searched this up. Wow, it is fucking bad, man. But you know what? All the best to you, dude. I had eggs this morning. Eggs and liver. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Eggs, liver, and some pineapples. TP88 says AVAX USD. All right. I haven't seen AVAX chart in a long time. Maybe we saw it last week, but before that, a very long time. Another one where I wouldn't say it's certainly not the strongest chart that we saw today, but I do think that this one will push higher, closer to $20, maybe 21. You got a bit of a weekly higher low right here. You got bullish evidence come off that last low, weekly jewel. Yeah, I think this one is putting in, a bit of a major low right here. Probably works its way higher. Where do things actually get interesting, however, long term, from a weekly perspective, above about, 30. Above 30 is where it gets really, really interesting long term. Until then, yeah, short term probably moves to the upside. We'll see what happens around those regions, if it gets there. Let's see. Via Whale Scalper says, could you do vet USD? Sure. Also, is it worth staking this BS? I get more gas every week. Staking is not something that I do, but that's not because it can't be good or can't. I just typed in gas. VET, derp coin. Staking is not something that I do because it's not my game. Again, if you're coming to this channel, like I'm a trader primarily, maybe an investor second, I'd say now. And as far as like staking and all the like cool crypto stuff, I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know anything about it. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. I don't fucking know. As far as this chart goes, definitely not the strongest chart we've seen today. Kind of similar to the last one, although this one did make a lower low, but I imagine that's just going to give it the impetus for some bullish divergence on the weekly, and it does. Yeah, probably tries somewhere around like 2.5, maybe 2.7 cent. Long term, relatively weak. Not super interesting, especially compared to a lot of the other charts we've seen today. But if the general market's going to be stronger, this one very likely gets a free ride. Nick A says Ethereum Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right, Ethereum derp on the weekly. Yes, it looks like it might very well try for a low here. Yeah. So I think I'm going to be wrong in the more near term about this one coming down below 6 million satoshis. Yeah, I think I will very likely be wrong on this one. Well, then I look at the monthly and I'm not so convinced either which way. I do think. What do I think about this one? I don't know. I actually don't know. If I had to call it next move probably to the upside, I think it's going to gain a little bit versus Bitcoin, maybe even back up to like 6.7 million satoshis. But long term, I still have a difficulty getting bullish on this chart. I think this one's bouncing here and can carry on with the bounce quite a bit more. But yeah, I don't really have strong opinion on this chart, man. I think this would be one of the ones where I'd say I really don't know. Looking at the quarterly, you could make the argument that, yeah, maybe this does put in a low here. So fair enough. No, I remember we did speak about this one last week, and I did say that it very likely would bounce here. Okay, all right, so I'm not super wrong there. But how high can the bounce go? 6.7, 6.8 million satoshis, I think is in the cards. But long term, I'm unwilling to call this. Yeah, I'm unwilling to call it anything new as of right now. So just short term. Shelly H, I know that she's from Estonia. Yes, good morning to you. Valeris, let's see. I'm just going to type, whoops, Valeris, see what pops up. Okay, it's on Nicey. Yeah, short term up. What is this, weekly? And you're looking for long term. Okay, yeah. I think it might have another move to the upside, maybe somewhere around like 74.5, 75, but I would be looking for a pullback there. Long term, I like it though, just because, well, follow the trend, follow the yellow brick trend, follow the yellow brick trend, follow. Yeah, long term, I like it. I do like this $60 low right here. The question is, does it revisit that low before trying for new all-time highs? That's a real question, because I would be looking for pullbacks relatively soon on this current run, maybe in like the mid 70s. I guess I'll be wrong, and this one will just shoot on to new all-time highs if you do see a move above about 77, 78. But until then, I think that you're probably getting pretty damn close to putting in a local high there. Daniel Garcia says, last one, I promise. All right, but Mana USD on log 1 weekly. Okay. I have a feeling you're just okay, but if we turn the chart upside down, will you then like it? Yeah, I mean it's better than a daily for sure. And I do like that higher low right there. I do think that this one will try higher. I do like that this one did print majorly higher lows than 2020 and 2019. That's a good sign. But still long term, it's a very hard chart to love as long as you're below about 84, 85 cents. So I think it'll at least get to like a half a buck on this rally, maybe even 69 cents, which is a great number. But I wouldn't be calling like a reversal here on the macro until this one's back above at least 85 cents at this high right here. Thoughts on double bottom and bottom of ascending parallel channel. Ascending parallel channel, man, you are just... But what if we turn it sideways and then draw the lines? I don't see any channel here, to be honest with you. But I do like the double bottom, and I do think that next move is the upside. And if that move gets above 85 cents, then you have yourself a nice major reversal, like macro reversal. I mean, not just another bounce before lower. C Perk says JPN 225. I'm guessing this is like the major. Is this the Nikkei or JPN? No, because they do their stocks by numbers. Oh no, it is an index. Okay, all right. Trades on Pepperstone. Pepperstone, huh? Yum Yum ice cream continuation. I mean, long term it is very strong, yes, and this pullback very likely does get picked up. But I think you could spend some time basing at like 32,000 to 31,700. You know, I'd be looking at this as an overall range here for a while. This area right here. Long term on the monthly, yeah, very likely higher into end of year if I had to guess. Yeah, really, really good long term. Really, really good. Let's see, Banana Man. I've actually been eating a lot of bananas recently, and that's not a Ferg reference. That's actually that's a health reference, man. my boxing trainer told me it's really fucking good for recovery, and it's right. It's also good for my Angus. You're looking at Sol versus the Krown. Okay. Whoops. Sol BTC. I'm gonna take a sippy of this. There we go. All right, on Derp Announce. Why do you have to choose it versus fucking Bitcoin, man? This makes this so much more difficult. You know, your very obvious areas are what? They're here and they're here. I like the double bottom. I like this move to the upside. But if you are looking for a lower high, if this thing is bearish, this is exactly where you'd be looking for a rejection. That's kind of the problem with it, and that's why I say it's difficult. If I want to be a line drawer, mouth breather, then I would do something like this. Sorry, I don't mean to offend the line drawers out there. It's completely fine. It's just, it's funny to refer to it as like mouth breathing. Like seriously, it's completely fine. But you know, I wouldn't be calling it any sort of macro reversal as long as you're below, what is this, 11,700 Satoshis on a weekly. I'd be much more interested to see it versus the dollar, actually. Excuse me. I don't see the name here, but I do see the message, and he says, gold please, Monsieur Krown, the weekly targets next 6 months. The weekly targets next 6 months. Well, let me just look into my fucking crystal ball. I don't fucking know, man. I do think, as we pointed out earlier this week, that this one breaks out from these regions. And I mean, you do have a bit of a technical formation here now, don't you? I mean, you just have one massive cup and handle. It looks fucked up, but it is there. I don't know if this happens in the next 6 months though, but long term, if I had to guess, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing trade towards $3,000. I don't know how long that takes, so I don't know if it's the next 6 months, so don't kill me, sir. Nimbo wants to look at fucking Pulse Chain, god damn it. Any valid time frame down to 15 minutes, so just all of them basically. Let's see, is it even on TradingView? It is on TradingView. It's on OKX actually, and Bitferg. We're gonna get into a lot of trouble doing that. I don't have an opinion on this chart. It's too new on the daily. Like if this one is going to top out here, like that would be the place to be looking for a lower high. Maybe a 4 hour, we'll say some. No, 4 hours good for a continuation. Yeah, probably trades higher. But it's really hard to get any sort of a read on a chart that is this new. But I'll probably be looking somewhere around there. If things get really crazy, somewhere around there. And above 1700 is where that one actually does start to probably put in like a hex type rally from the early days. Let's see. Solomon says, is MG the new PP? MG, let's see. Well, no. There's no chart here, man. There's no chart here to really go on. I don't have an opinion on this, man. Is it the new PP though? I don't know. Ask PP. DYOFR. What does that mean? Do your own fucking research. I got it. Okay. Thanks, man. VAI. Okay. I guess we'll go to QDerp over here. 3 day. Is there even a 3 day to be looking at? Let's see how new this thing is. Really bad long term. Really fucking bad long term. But does it try higher from here? again, like this is only in cryptocurrency land. If I was looking at this as a stock, I'd say go to hell, not to you, but to the chart. But because it is a cryptocurrency, does it does it push back on towards like 15 cents? Maybe yes. I really don't. AI lawyer assistant. It's an AI lawyer assistant. I think you forgot some marketing buzzwords in that one. I really don't know. I mean, I'm never going to like a chart like this long term, but because I have seen these crypto things for so long now, back to all-time highs. No, maybe back to like 18 to 20 cents. This thing will actually have like a phenomenal move if you can start to see closures above 20 cents and big fucking problems below like 6.5 cents. Connor Reeves says link USD weekly log. Oh God, what's with this log bullshit? Actually not Coinbase, maybe Binance. Yeah, I actually has a really nice trap move right here. Really nice trap move right there. I'd be looking for this one to work its way back up towards like 8.25. I'd even call like a macro low above $10, basically right here. Until then, short term up. Just be cognizant that if it is going to continue on with a long-term shittiness, that's where you'd be expecting your highs like somewhere between 8 and 9, but above $10 is where this is no longer a trap, or no longer potential continuation to me. It's a reversal on the macro, and very likely to work its way up closer to $20. Sultan Naigu says, GMT please. PS, when trip to Poland? Actually went to Poland once. I went to their airport. It's really nice. It really is nice, because in America we had like these really awful stereotypes of Polish people as being really dumb, because well, in World War II they didn't do all that well. I mean, they were like bringing these fucking horses against tanks, and wasn't a winning formula, obviously. Anyways, but the airports are great there. Really, really nice, actually. And they all speak English, and it was great. It was nice. As far as charts go, terrible chart. Absolutely terrible chart long term. Not that much history to be going off of as well. So I really don't feel comfortable on a chart like this. But if I had to call it, short term probably does at least try somewhere around 31 cents. Oh, this is a weekly. Okay, this one might actually go higher than that. Again, it's like I've seen these damn cryptos for so fucking long, but where do things actually start to, really confirm like a macro low and severe upside? That would be above 68 cents. Until then, short term, I do think that it very likely tries 30 cents and then see what happens after that. Obviously, big problems below last week's low at 21 cents. Banana Man, we already looked at Sol BTC, sir. Timothy Brake says, great vibe. Awesome, man. Glad to hear that I'm not going to be banned by at least one person. Your view on Bitcoin pairs versus US okay, so Satoshi pairs versus USD pairs for altcoins. There's really no right or wrong answer, in my opinion. It really comes down to your preference. If your preference is, like, let's say you believe long term, like 5, 10 years, 20 years down the road, that Bitcoin is just going to be the fucking thing, and it's going to continue upwards and onwards and really just zoom onto the upside. And your goal, it depends on your goal, but your goal is to accumulate Bitcoins, measure it versus Bitcoin. If, however, you are not, or maybe you live your life in tethers or US dollars or something, then you want to be charting it versus the USD. Now, in my opinion, or not in my opinion, I think it's I would say that this is a fact, but I guess it still is an opinion as well. I think looking at US dollar charts are easier. You can get a better read on things because you're charting, one asset versus like a highly volatile asset versus a less volatile asset, rather than like two highly volatile assets against each other. So, again, it comes down to your perspective and your goals and what you want to be doing. So there's no right or wrong answer. I could also say that generally speaking, in a bull market, like bull market for Bitcoin, you want to be measuring versus Satoshis versus Bitcoin. In a bear market, you generally want to be measuring versus US dollars. I'd say that's a more logical take. But again, just comes down to, what you're trying to do with your life, I guess, which I don't know, because I just know you from a YouTube comment on the interwebs. Elsa sent me a message. What else is in Poland besides concentration camps? Wow. That's my girlfriend, everyone. God, Jam, you are awful. Truly awful. Connor Reeves, again with the link USD weekly log. again, we already looked at that one. We can look at Link versus Ethereum. So now this is two extremely highly volatile assets against each other. So we're really getting out of the weeds here. Really weird chart to be looking at. I don't know, man. I don't have strong opinions on charts like this. If I had to call it, it probably moves up to like 4,500, 4,600 butyrols, but I don't fucking know, man. I just don't trust these sort of charts. I see a long-term downtrend, but I also see a crypto, and yeah, there's some bullish divergence on the weekly, so probably does try a bit higher. VAI USD. Didn't we already do this one? VAI USD on, and you're on a 3-day. Yeah, we already did this one. All right, Hip Hop Optimus. We did it like 5 minutes ago. Hip Hop Optimus says, "Hey man, good to have you back live again." Hey man, it's good to be back. Can you see a decent sized pullback coming in traditional markets later in the year? Yeah. I think you probably see a pullback actually emerge in traditional markets before Bitcoin pulls back as well. I do think for just your general market index like SPY, you're probably going to see maybe somewhere around like 4,600, maybe even closer to 4,700 before that next major pullback. And then come back to it after that. But it also depends how you define major pullback, right? Like what sort of percentage constitutes a major pullback. In that case, I guess we just have to figure out your definitions. John D says, "Dixie, please. Thanks for the laughs. All good, man. Made me laugh out loud." Which part made you laugh out loud, sir? Krown, visit us in Warsaw. You'll see. I'm sure it's a lovely place. Actually, I believe my dad, his family is or at least half of his family is Polish. So I actually really would like to see it at some point. But the airport really it's truly amazing actually in Warsaw. It's really fucking big, actually. It's really big. But LOT Airlines, terrible, fucking terrible, man. We spoke about this at the very beginning of this video, but it's just a continuation of the analysis for the past, I guess, few months now, going back to May. Lower high right here, hidden bearish divergence, volatility coming off the lows, weekly jewel down. I'm looking for this one to come down somewhere like mid 98s to maybe lower 97s and try for a bounce there and then come back after that. Sol versus the dollar. All right, I think we're getting towards the end of this video. However, I've already been here for an hour and a half and my voice is starting to squeak like you don't even want to know. Actually, I like this for a major low here. I really like the jewel setup actually, with that DMI support in the background. I think that this one will maybe consolidate a little bit around $30 first. But once you see that closure above about 32, 31 and a half, 32, I would be looking for this one to go on a pretty major rally, closer to 50. Yeah, I think that this one has a lows in, honestly. Not that much history right here, to be fair. Let's see what a linear looks like. And all of a sudden, I don't like it so much. Yeah, man. Again, in order for me to get like really bullish on this one, I need to see closures above about 32 on a weekly. But I do think that if it is going to have a chance to do that, this would be it here. Like not today, but over the next few weeks, I'd want to see a consolidation at resistance, and then a nice closure above. And at that point, yeah, very likely big moves to the upside. XRP crashing. Is it crashing? Let's see what. I always love it when people say it's a crash and then it's like, is that a crash to you? It's a crash for ants. You're on a 5 minute. Nope, you're not even on a 5. You have to be on a minute chart. Sir, what is your fucking definition of a crash? I'm not saying that it can't crash, but I would not define this as a crash right here. I'm sorry. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to take another sippy of this. Okay, Jacqueline, just one last one for Jacqueline. H bar BTC. Is this it or not due to RSI? Well, let's see. Let's see what it looks like. H bar, H derp. Oops. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Haderpa hash derp. Oh God, it's one of these. Oh God, Jacqueline, it's one of these. Is it a falling derp? No, I don't think so, but I do think that it is a bit of a double bottom right there. It's very similar to a lot of the other charts we've seen today. Again, on the weaker side, not the worst chart, not the best chart, just maybe a little bit worse than average, I'd say. Where would I get really excited about this one? Not on a falling derp, but back above about 10 cent. And then more near term, does this one continue on with the rally? Yeah, I do think so. I think that it'll probably trade somewhere up close to like 6 cents. Maybe even 6.5 cents if things get crazy, and then come back to it for that. But if this one is just a continuation of the overall downtrend, I'd be looking for local highs somewhere around there. Until then, short term up and see if it can clear any one of the critical regions. All right, Mario. Okay, maybe the last one here. All right, NVDA, NVIDIA, really fucking strong. When you have a dildo like this at all-time highs after a bit of a consolidation, I mean, it might just go a little bit more parabolic and then have its blow off top. But monthly, I like continuation, man. I don't really have too many tools to like get where the next area of interest is for the upside. Like my best one is just using inverse fibs, and I guess at that point maybe like 550 on a weekly. But I again my sort of I guess my sort of advantage would be, god damn it, Schnaffinator. Sorry. Would be knowing when the current rally is a failure, and that would be below about 385. Yeah. All right, we'll look at GLMR, but this one's the last one for real because my voice is starting to kill me. We'll go to terrible, fucking terrible, man. You want to end on this piece of shit? Jesus Christ. Again, most things in this market are going to get a free ride to the upside. Even this piece of highly esteemed technology, aka garbage, will probably as well. But in terms of relative strength, probably not nearly as much as a lot of the other ones that we've seen today. This is among the worst charts we've seen today. Maybe it gets a ride up to like 32 cents if other things, if like, let's say Bitcoin moves to fucking $40,000. Okay, maybe not 40,000, but $36,000, you might see a rally to 33, 32, 33 region. Long term, nothing really good going for this chart as long as you're below like shit, especially 55 cents, but I'd even say 89 cents. And on weekly hash ribbons, there's really nothing to update there. You got your blue buy signal ages ago, so it's not really much to do with it, to be honest with you, man. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, it happened. It happened, and that's really all that there is to it. So I think that's probably a good place for me to be leaving off. Yeah, it's been a really fun Friday, actually. It's been a really fun Friday. I probably need to take a nap. Probably desperately need to take a nap. Again, in the short term, is there going to be pullbacks? Probably yes. Just be aware of where things start to, really change around. For Bitcoin, problems below about 30,800. 30,800 is where I start to say, hey, this rally starting to look like a trap. And until then, a bit of sideways consolidation here into the end of the week is not a bad thing. So yeah, I think I'll end on that. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friends. I'll be signing off now. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. Pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, XR, pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it, pump it, dump it, rinse, repeat, but quick relocate. Pause it, list it, send it, burn it, pump it, hack it, quick rename it.